Hi guys, so obviously I can't be there today, so I thought I'd create a video for you. If you get stuck on any of the questions, can you just write yourself some little notes on the side? At the end, you can ask your partner beside you, or you can ask me when I'm back in class. Just as a refresher, parallel lines, okay? Parallel lines have the same steepness, i.e. the same slope. They share the same m value when we're looking in reference to y equals mx plus b. Perpendicular lines, as I read this pink one, notice that I'm reading from left to right and I'm going down, so this has a negative slope. And the green line, notice as I read left to right, I'm going up. This one has positive slope. So they have opposite slopes in the sense that their signs are different and they're reciprocals of each other. So they're super opposite slope is what we were calling it. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at being given some information and building some new linear equations. All right, number one, what is the slope? So we're looking at slope of a line that is perpendicular to the line with an x-intercept of 5, 0 and a y-intercept of 0, 2. So my points 5, 0 and 0, 2. And I'm looking for slope of a line that is perpendicular to a line that go through 5, 0 and 0, 2. All right, let's use our trusty slope formula. And I'm just going to plug in. So I have 2, take away 0, over 0, take away 5, which is 2 divided by negative 5. Of course, we don't leave the negative in the bottom. You can either put it in front or above. So this is giving me the slope of the line that goes through the point 5, 0, and 0, 2, but I'm looking for the slope of a line that is perpendicular to this. So remember, we use this little guy, it's perpendicular. And I can say that, well, if this one is negative, then my perpendicular slope is going to be positive, and the reciprocal is 5 over 2. So my answer, m equals 5 over 2. All right, I'm going to go through a little bit fast just to kind of make sure I can get through as many with this video program as I can. All right, question number 2. Write an equation of a line that is parallel to 3x minus 2y plus 4 equals 0 and passes through the point negative 1, 2. Okay, so I know that my line is parallel to this line, which means that they have the same slope. So I'm going to rewrite this in slope-intercept form, and then I can pull my slope out to start the creation of my new line. I'm going to add 2y to both sides. The point of that was to get rid of the like terms and get y isolated. I'm going to divide both sides by 2 and simplify. So I have 3 over 2x plus 2 is equal to y. So this is in y equals mx plus b form now, and the coefficient in front of the x value is 3 over 2. So I know the slope of that line is 3 over 2. My new line that I'm creating has parallel slope. So the slope of the new line will have the same steepness or the same slope. I also know this new line goes through the point negative 1, 2, and that just came from the equation. And the easiest way to do this is with our formula for point slope form. Where my point is negative 1, 2, and my slope is 3 over 2. And I have a minus minus, so this becomes, plus. Oh, maybe I'll just write that in. Minus 1. And we don't like to write these minuses. They can be simplified. And so this is my answer. There are other ways to do this. You'll just have more algebra to do it. And point slope form has quite a few uses when you get to calculus as well. So that's why it's an important one for sure. And number 3, write an equation of a line perpendicular to 4x plus 2y minus 3 equals 0 and through the point 5, 3. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for slope first. And this perpendicular was a big thing. To find the slope of 4x plus 2y minus 3 equals 0, I'm going to rewrite it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. These ones are like terms and become 0. And then I'm going to isolate y by dividing by negative 2 on both sides. If you don't want to do all these steps, that's okay. And I'm going to simplify here. So I have 4 divided by negative 2, which is negative 2x. And then this is a little tricky one. You're subtracting a negative number, which becomes a positive. Okay, so I know that the slope from this one, right, y equals mx plus b, the coefficient in front of the x is negative 2. So I know the slope from this line is negative 2. But the question says that the line that I'm creating is perpendicular to this. So for my new line that I'm creating, if I know that the slope is 2, negative 2, and I can rewrite it as negative 2 over 1. Anything divided by 1 is still itself. My perpendicular slope, if that one was negative, then the opposite would be positive, and I'm reciprocating for a half. So my new line has slope m equals a half, and I know it goes through the point 3, 5, and that is just from the question. So I've got slope, and I have a point. I'm going to use point slope form. Where my point here is x1, y1, and I'm just going to substitute in. This is my answer. I don't have to simplify. Point slope form is nice. There's less algebra. There are other techniques. There are other ways. It's up to you. All right, question number 4. If you have questions, feel free to write them on the side. I'm sure your sub can pause at any point during this for you. Determine the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that is parallel to y equals negative a quarter x plus 5 and has the same y-intercept as y equals 2/3 x minus 3. Parallel, same slope. So the slope of this one is negative a quarter. The coefficient in front of the x is negative a quarter. So I know my new line will have slope equal to negative a quarter. They're parallel, so their slopes are the same. The y-intercept, y equals mx plus b. So in this one, b is equal to negative 3. They have the same y-intercept. So I know that for my new line, b is equal to negative 3. Well, they even ask me to determine the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. That's great. mx plus b. The equation of the line is y equals mx plus b. My slope is negative a quarter. My b is 3. All right, last one. Determine the equation of the line in slope-intercept form that passes through